I want to talk with you for a little bit about our course calendar this semester, what exactly it's going to be good for, and how you can plan to use it to understand what's going to be happening this semester. So first off, the course calendar can be found on our Blackboard site by just clicking on the calendar link over here at the side. And what you'll see is I have our entire class laid out in the standard 5-day format for if we would have been typically meeting face-to-face. Now, on each individual day of the calendar, I have listed out things that you should be attempting to try to do on each of those days. Now, if you need to stretch this out over, of course, this full 7-day week, that's totally fine, but just be aware of associated due dates for different assignments. So what you'll see is that I actually have planned out at this point the entirety of this semester. So if you ever need to know when any particular thing is happening on any given day, it's all listed right here. Now, a couple other things that you'll see is that on each individual day of the calendar, I cover some of the things that we are going to be talking about on each of the given days of class. So say, for instance, on the first week on Tuesday, we're going to start to go over the notes of section 2.2. We're also on the first day going to be going over the skills check number 1. And what you'll see is that sometimes I'll have some files that are linked. In my class, I have some lecture guides and lecture notes that are used to help kind of facilitate the giving and recording of notes for our class. I have lecture guides that are linked here. If you were to open these are notes that are kind of like in a skeleton form of what we would be covering in the day's worth of notes. And actually, when I give notes, you'll see me kind of working off of this exact same document. What's nice is that you can see that there's a ridiculous amount of text already here, and this is all stuff then that you don't have to write down. Instead, you can focus on trying to understand how exactly we're thinking about the questions and how we're going about and answering them. Now, in addition to that lecture guide, I also have a fully fleshed out lecture notes, which has everything filled in, all the information, everything that we have written down. Of course, this is sometimes a little bit difficult to read through on your own, and it's why I will have video lectures for each one of the sections that we're going to go through. More on that, though, in a later video. Now, the other thing that you'll see here on the calendar is that I have listed out when homework assignments are going to be assigned, which will typically for our class be on Tuesdays, and then they'll be due by midnight on the following Monday. And so those due dates are all listed out there in red. You can also see that I have the dates of our exams also listed out on the calendar. So hopefully this gives you a good sense of kind of where you can go to figure out what things are happening on what days and when certain assignments are due and when upcoming exams are planned to be scheduled.